Mode, medium, and range, mode, medium, and mean are not new. We saw those last week. But last week, what I did, I will give you guys a list of numbers. And sometimes I will put them from small to large, most of the time. But now, I'm not going to give you guys a list. I'm going to give you guys graphs. So this is what we call a bar graph, right? It's a bar, it's a graph. For the bar graph, we're going to see numbers at the bottom, or sometimes we're going to see words. Those are just the names. So like the data here says some hurricanes that happened in those years. So the numbers at the bottom, once again, they're just names. So let me not worry about those numbers. The numbers I care about are the numbers at the left. I look at the first graph, I see it goes all the way to 9. Right, the number I got it from the left. I see the second graph, it goes all the way to 4. The third graph goes to 3. The next one goes to 7, 7, 4, 7, 8, thank you, and 7. Okay, and then I forgot the little one, right? 3. You guys see where I got the numbers from, right? The numbers from the left. Remember, the numbers on the bottom are just names. Don't worry about the numbers at the bottom. So now we have some numbers there. We're gonna do what we did last week for mode, median, and mean. I'm gonna ask you guys for all three for each question. Let me do the mode first. Remember, it's a number that repeats the most. Which one is it? 7. Remember, for mode, we could have more than one mode, because there could be two numbers that repeat the most. So for mode, median, I'm going to cancel numbers, so let me leave median for the end. Let me do mean instead. So let me leave median for the end. So for the mean, I have to add all my numbers. So I'm going to use a calculator for that. I'm going to go 9 plus 4 plus 3 plus 7 plus 7 plus 4 plus 8 plus 3 plus 7. If I add all these, I get 52. Remember, I'm working the mean, so I'm going to get 52 divided by how many I got, which is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Once again, I added everything. What is it? 5.88. Thank you. If your decimal, which in this case is long, round it to 2 decimal places. Yes, because if it's long, you got more like 5.78, right? If your number is long, run it to 2 decimal places. Like I said, this one actually was like 5.77777777. So we run it to 2 decimal places, 5.78. Now for the median, I'm leaving the median at the end because we have to cancel numbers. Remember, the median is the number in the middle. So what I'm going to do, let me cancel the biggest number and the smallest number. Then we're going to do it again. The biggest and the smallest. For what we have left, the biggest and the smallest, and then again, biggest and the smallest. And now the only number that did not cancel was a 7. Because I left the median for the end because I canceled numbers. I crossed them out. So that was it. Let me take a look at question number 2. My first number is 10, 9, 8.5, 7, 8, 4.5, 5.5, 8.5, and 5. Once again, the numbers at the bottom are just names. Right? We're looking for the shoe size of some women, so instead of doing the names, I just said woman number 1, woman 2, woman 3, on and on. Okay, so the numbers at the bottom are just names. So once again, I have to do a mode, median, and mean. Alright, for mode, which was the number that repeats the most?
8.5.
8.5. For the mean, let me add everything. So get 10 plus 9. You said 66? Thank you. No. So for the mean, we add everything. It's 66 divided by 9. Because there's 9 of them. 66 divided by 9. We get what? 26.33? Let me see. 66 divided by 9. Oh yeah, I got 7.33. Alright, I guess I was typing it wrong. So remember, for mean, add everything. That's where the 66 came from. Add everything and divide it by how many you got. So 66 divided by 9, it came out to 7.30. Now for the median, let me cancel the biggest and the smallest. From what I'm left, the biggest and the smallest. From what I'm left, the biggest and the smallest. And then the biggest and the smallest. The number that did not cancel was an 8. And then just as a reminder, if we have two medians, because it could happen, right? The middle we have two numbers. Just add the two numbers and divide it by 2. Right? Do the average of the two. So add them and divide it by 2. So if you notice, it's the same thing as last week. Mode, median, and mean is the same thing as last week, but I didn't give you the numbers. I gave you a graph, and 2, I did not put them in order. Like last week, we saw them from small to large. Now they're not. They're just listed. But it's the same thing. All right. Any questions? No questions?